If you look at what's happening in Indonesia today, we have approximately about 250,000 deaths annually due to pollution. We also know that Indonesia is aiming to be carbon neutral by 2060. And when you look specifically at the logistics sector, you'll see that two-wheelers and four-wheelers is not normally the ideal situation in this huge growing market. We're planning to do the rental of electric three-wheelers to logistics businesses as well as to the government. Hi, my name is Rajesh. I'm from Mobe, Indonesia. I'm looking for $5 million for convertible debt. Okay, our vision is to be Indonesia's largest and best-run three-wheeler EV fleet management and rental operator. Why is this? Because if you look at what's happening in Indonesia today, we have approximately about 250,000 deaths annually due to pollution. We also know that Indonesia is aiming to be carbon neutral by 2060. And when you look specifically at the logistics sector, you'll see that two-wheelers and four-wheelers is not normally the ideal situation in this huge growing market.
Just follow the screen.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're planning to do is we're planning to do the rental of electric three-wheelers to logistics businesses as well as to the government. So then the question comes up, why electric? I think that's fairly simple to answer. Electric, because this is the way the world is going today. We also know that Indonesia is going to be one of the world's largest battery manufacturers, has already set up, is in the process of setting up a factory, a huge factory, just outside of Jakarta. We also know that the Indonesian government is focusing on emissions reductions. Why three-wheelers? Three-wheelers because this is a segment that nobody looks at. People look at two-wheelers, people look at four-wheelers. Three-wheelers actually is the right middle ground, especially for Indonesian roads, between two-wheelers and four-wheelers. In most cases, this also presents employment for thousands of people. Right now, we have over 40,000 three-wheelers on the road today, and each of them, has a driver. And in some cases, these drivers are actually owners. So it's a huge situation for employment as well as for people to make money. And why fleet rental? Because as we know today, the world is moving towards rent, not buy. Nobody wants to have assets that they can't do anything with. And for us, the fleet model, and especially in the EV market, the fleet model is way more advantageous rather than individual ownership. A little bit about Mobe. We were established in 2017. We are run by experts with over 15 years of experience in this specific field. We now have over 1,200 vehicles on the road. These are petrol vehicles at this particular point in time, but the reason, and is one of the main reasons why we're planning to move into electric. We're in discussions with reputed three-wheeler EV manufacturers such as TVS, such as Piaggio, such as Mahindra, and others. We have ongoing relationships with various logistics companies. We're working with Lazada, we're working with Grab, we're working with Antaraja and DHL, to name some of them. And I think most importantly, what's happening is that this is the right time to get into electric, because this is the future. So we've got a very clear-cut plan. We're looking at three different segments. The first segment is passenger. Right now, in Jakarta alone, there are over 14,000 three-wheeler passenger vehicles, gas vehicles, which need to be converted very quickly, and that's what we're looking at. We're also looking at linking this to the Jakarta public transport system. Cargo box, we already have, as I said, over 1,200 vehicles. In fact, there are more than 3,000 three-wheeler vehicles on the road today. There's a huge demand. Every time we speak with people like Lazada and Grab and so on, they're like, are you guys coming out with three-wheelers sometime soon? Electric three-wheelers as in? And the last is mini dump trucks. Right now, there are more than 10,000 three-wheeler dump trucks on Indonesian roads. Most of these are petrol, and they are not of very good quality. In about a year, they just give up and die. So the governments are now looking at a rental model. So these are our targets: 500 units on road by the end of next year, 7,500 units on road by 2024, and over 20,000 units on road by the end of 2026. This is the team. I myself, I'm an Indonesian citizen. I've been here in Indonesia for over 25 years now. We have a whole lot of people who have a lot of experience in this, both as well as in finance, and we've all spent pretty much all our lives here in Indonesia. So this is our current ask. We're asking for $5 million. Most of this is going to go on the product as well as on things like parking and charging infrastructure. We're looking at having our vehicles, test vehicles, 100 vehicles out by April next year. So we're looking at funding by March 2022. This is what we offer. As I said in the beginning, we're looking at convertible debt, 6 to 8% from year one. That's what we promise. Conversion before year 3. And the conversion formula that we're looking at is 20% discount to the price run. And that brings me to the end of my...
So Rajesh, you're not converting any of the existing fleet. You're just buying a new fleet, right?
Well, actually, good question, Nalan, thank you. We have over 1,200 vehicles. We are looking at converting them into electric as well. I haven't put it into this particular presentation because this is based on new vehicles, but yes.
When somebody invests, they invest in that company with the existing revenue and profits, or what is it like?
Yes, they'll be investing in the existing company because it's up and running and we're doing
Is that profitable?
Yes, it is profitable. Last year we had an annual revenue of 31.5 billion. And we had a profit of about 3.5 billion.
About $2.5 million revenue. Okay, any questions from the panel? Edward?
Do you have the factory also in Indonesia right now?
No, we don't have a factory. We're actually not into manufacturing.
No, okay.
Yet. So right now what we do is we buy from the principals.
So no IPs? In terms of the EV
no, because a three-wheeler is a fairly basic vehicle. There's not a lot that's changed over the years.
No IPs also on the charging or the battery?
No, but we have spoken with PLN, and they're very willing to help us. In fact, they have a target to reach, so they're giving us their charging stations for free.
Okay.
Any other questions from the panel on Zoom? Anybody? Any interest to talk further to the entrepreneur by anybody on Zoom or in the panel here? No, I don't see any interest now. We'll take it out to our panel, larger audience and larger investor group outside and get back to you. Thank you very much, Rajesh.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Rajesh from Mobe, Indonesia. This was a really interesting experience because it's the first time, I'm speaking with a bunch of people up front, on a stage, lights in my face. The video went off, but it was a great experience because it was like you could feel that everybody was listening to you and really getting what you were trying to say. And I think it was great, and I'd definitely come back again. Cheers.